My name is David Herman. In the grand scope of human history, the transition from the 20th century to the 21st made an impressive mark. And the main reason for that is the prominence of digital technology. Although the computer and the internet were invented in the 20th century, the 2000s marked a massive rise in the use and expansion of these technologies. With the invention of the smartphone and the iPod, and the ever-growing presence of at-home and at-work computers, technology had become so accessible you could fit it in your pocket. Some historians have even begun to describe this extreme change in our culture as humanity in a new era, the digital age. This new age and overall shift in everyday life is due mainly to the increase of digital literacy. Now, what is digital literacy? To be digitally literate is to be capable of operating in multiple digital spaces effectively, understanding how different programs function and how they are produced, and knowing how to accurately interpret information displayed on a screen. With the increase in accessibility of digital tech, our society had begun to collectively learn how to operate in the digital realm. On our journey to digital literacy, we had started to understand the power and applicability of digital technology, and with companies like Microsoft and Apple, new programs and hardware could be manufactured at a factory rate and sold cheaply to the masses. However, society still has a long way to go in understanding digital literacy, and the best way for us to effectively continue on this journey is to start with educating our youth. In my eyes, the two elements of digital literacy lacking in our youth today are a more in-depth understanding of social media and knowledge of the vast types of programs and workspaces that would not be possible outside of the digital realm. It is no secret that the youth of today generally spend quite a bit of time checking and scrolling through social media, and many have been doing it for years. But even with all that experience, it is difficult to gauge just how much of what a teen sees he or she can interpret correctly. For example, suppose a teenager who has had a Facebook account for a while decides to post a picture of themselves believing that their friends would be the only people able to view it. And unbeknownst to them, it was being shared and viewed by people all over the web. In reality, this is likely the case for many of Facebook's young users. The reason for this is because youth sign up for Facebook while they're young, usually around 13. And in that moment, all a middle schooler can think about is signing up for Facebook and sending friend requests to all of their friends. What often happens is a child with little to zero digital literacy going for them signs up for social media by themselves, scrolling through terms of service and clicking next until they can start sending friend requests. When someone makes an account online without a proper understanding of the options they have selected, it can often create a dangerous space for a kid to operate in for multiple hours a day. It is true that you can go and manually change the various settings allowed by Facebook, but this is unknown to many of Facebook's younger user base, some having never explored such pages in the app. On a more fun note, the digital world offers many things that would not be possible in the material world. With programs like Autodesk Maya and Adobe Photoshop, you can turn just about anything you can imagine into reality. Imagine trying to adjust the brightness of a lamp on a photograph without the aid of technology. The closest you could get would probably involve some sort of process of chemical shading. Or what if you attempted to create a landscape for a movie with intricate models, lighting, and cameras? You would have to literally create everything from the ground up by hand, or use whatever nature has provided for you. In programs like Photoshop and Maya, all of this is possible by pressing buttons and moving a mouse. In my opinion, the innate creativity of youth is wasted in our modern world. Not to say that your average 12-year-old could operate a program as sophisticated as Maya, but the creativity should not reach a stopping point after a child has lost interest in crayons and glitter. Instead, we should take small steps introducing more and more intricate programs to our students, facilitating their journey to literacy, and teaching them all the while about not just creative platforms, but platforms geared towards math and science and other subjects. This gradual approach to educating the youth of America, program by program, will in turn affect the nation as a whole and how it stands up to the task of being digitally literate. Starting from the ground up, we can rethink how we use digital technology as a more effective tool in our modern world. Thank you for your time.
Oh, that was fair.
That was really good. You memorized it.